actually, it's episode
8.
10. Oh, wait. Oh, we're doing it again. Yeah. Shit, we're doing episode 9 again. Can you start again? Oh, you want to keep going? Alright. Okay.
There was this like we originally.
It's episode 9. Okay.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know. It's episode 9. Alright.
Welcome. I'm Locks.
This is Black3lmo.
Alright, so.
Wait, we got our names right, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Alright.
It's hard to forget. Alright.
Alright.
Jumping into it, we're gonna talk about.
We're gonna talk about like most underrated rappers. Well, at least what we reckon are like the most underrated rappers.
Yeah, so we came up with a list of about five rappers currently.
Yeah.
That we think are the most underrated. So obviously this is like what we've come up with. Obviously, if you've got a different point of view, you can always let us know and we can discuss them as well. You know, why not? It's a free country.
So this is not like some official list. It's just our list.
This is who we think or who we felt was the most underrated, and by underrated we mean obviously at the top of their game, but due to like commercial sales, maybe.
Yeah, because I mean, like underrated now basically means how many units did you push?
Yeah. So we're going off that definition where how you stack up commercially versus what like your fans and critics think of your work, basically.
Yeah.
So if you're like highly rated by critics but commercially you're not as big, that's what we call underrated.
Yeah.
Not overrated, which is the opposite. No, right? Alright, so
First artist is Joey.
Joey Badass. Now Joey Badass is probably one of the best young cats coming out right now anyway. Purely because like of his content. So he's got like, you know, that old school Brooklyn flow, but
Could we say he's still coming up though? Like I mean,
oh yeah, he's dropped what? 2 albums?
it's been around for a minute.
Yeah, that's the thing, but he's still young, like he's 22, but he's already made like such an impact because like he's working with cats like Q.
Yeah.
And like ASAP, like, you know, people who are big right now, but I feel like he's still underrated in the fact that like he's still not a well-known name despite his success critically.
Yeah.
Like the kid is talented, but yeah, I feel like he's underrated because critically his albums have been fantastic, but I'm not one to go by critics.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously what you feel like you want to listen to.
Critic at the end of the day is
just a highly paid hater,
just me,
usually.
just getting paid.
Yeah, it's us,
yeah.
But you know, if we're in a perfect world, we getting paid for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just another person's point of view where they aim to be objective, you know what I mean? But when it comes to music, I think you're always going to be subjective anyway. Like, you're always going to feel a certain way. You can't discard what you've grown up listening to and then say, I'm going to be completely neutral, because there's always going to be some of that bias. That's why I feel like even that's why I don't tend to listen to any critics, because that's what you feel about someone else's work. So, and obviously they'll like different things, you like different things. That's why it's like a whole thing. So that's why, like I said, you know, we've come up with what we feel is, you know, underrated, and this kid is definitely one of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like, Joey for me, like, I'll admit, like, I don't listen to him that well, but like, I know, like, I've heard, I've listened to his tracks and his verses, and I can easily tell that, like, obviously he's not as famous as he probably should be.
Yeah.
Comparing to what we have in terms of, like, in the world of fame right now, like, where you got, like, Playboy Cardi, you got your 21 Savage,
Little Uzis and shit.
Them kids, yeah. So, I understand to that aspect. Yeah, like I've listened to, obviously the All American Badass. I fucking love that album.
Yeah.
Good album.
One of the best so far.
And then his mixtapes. I listened to
Summer Nights.
Summer Nights, yeah.
Definitely one of my favorites. Like.
And then like he's got a couple pro-era tracks I listen to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the next artist, like, he definitely Ace Hood, regardless of what you may think about his recent album, but which we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
But Ace, for me though, look, I'll say this though, like he came out like what with, I remember when he sort of blew, like that would have been like when he DJ Khaled and they did Hustle Hard.
Yeah.
And then they had the remix and everybody was on it.
Shit and Rick Ross here.
Yeah, I'd see it everywhere, like people playing it everywhere, but I never liked that song at all.
Yeah, not one of my favorites at all. Like, that's the thing with Ace, like, most of his We The Best stuff, I've never been a big fan of, but he probably had the best setup, I think, out of all these guys that we're going to talk about. Like, in terms of who put him up, his cosign. Like, to have DJ Khaled when DJ Khaled was like the hottest shit then, as he is now, like, that's a big deal. And he got to feature on tracks with everyone that was big at the time. You're talking Wayne, you got Akon, you had like Rick Ross at the time, Trick Daddy when he was big, and he's going on features with these guys, right? And then you're expecting big things, and his mixtapes were insane because he's working with the best of the best, right? And then he dropped the song with Future, Bugatti. Yeah. And I thought, shit, like, it was a turn-up track, obviously, but it had people going nuts. And they did a remix, and all the big names was on it again. And then he had another track, like another mad turn-up track. Shit, I think it was maybe before Bugatti. So he had Hustle Hard, he had Bugatti, he had another one that he did. And it just kept, you think, alright, he's going to follow up with something dope. And you're waiting for that album, and then nothing came. He went quiet. And then I think that's about when he was doing what? He's dropping those mixtapes when he had like Trials and Tribulations or some shit. Yeah.
No, Trials and Tribulations, that was the album. 2.
Like he dropped that
like
maybe...
The mixtapes you're thinking of is like Starvation and Body Bag was everything that he actually did.
Yeah, right after this, like the whole features, right? Yeah. And he had, like, obviously those were fire, but again, those were mixtapes. Like, your mixtapes aren't going to get mad play commercially anyway. And then, you know, that's when we were expecting big things, and he came out with Trials and Tribulations 2, I think. They were like, shit, like, you know, it's got some dope shit on it, but then it was just never that step up until obviously his whole thing with DJ Khaled right now.
Like, for me, I guess like I heard Hustle Hard, and I didn't really pay attention to him until this is like 2010, bro. That was when I really started listening to him. 2010, 2011, probably like early, like 2010 or early 2011.
Yeah.
I was with the homie Tanaka, right?
Yeah.
And so we're like driving in the car, and then he dropped.
Piss him off?
No, it wasn't pissing off, bro. I think it was different people.
Yeah.
I think it was, and like that was off Starvation, right?
Yeah.
And then he had me listen to the whole tape because I listened and I was like, fuck, like, this dude is going bar for bar. It felt like he was going not really bar for bar, but like his verse was about as good as the game's verse.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this dude? Never heard of him, right? And then started finding out Piss Him Off. Dude, and I just like fucking blew my fucking mind. Right, and then I got onto Starvation 2. I love 2. 1 and 2 like the best. Sometimes, you know, sometimes I feel like 2, sometimes I feel like 1.
Yeah.
And then after that, yeah, 3, 4, and then you have 5. And his content was slowly starting to suffer.
Yeah.
As he released each one, and then he had like, remember when he was hyping up about Beast of the South, and then he dropped Body Bag 3, I think it was.
Yeah. I'm still waiting on Beast of the South, by the way.
Yeah, and I feel like he had a lot of potential because even right now, right? I feel like having that exposure to that many artists and that much talent, you could have made he could have made something off, even if he wasn't fucking with DJ Khaled. Kind of like what Wayne's going through, where with Cash Money, but like he's still relevant, he's still releasing.
Yeah, he could have made something of himself, but he decided to just drop off.
And like just go another route, and like he's still dropping music, and like, cause obviously right, his main thing now is like he's trying to make sure that like fucking Cash Money's not paid in any way in what he sort of produces, right, or makes. So I feel like Ace could have probably done a better job of that, like considering the situation, whatever was going on.
Yeah, I feel like he probably got into his feelings a little too much.
But definitely for me, like I'd still like if I could put my hand up and say he's like one of the one of the best.
There's no doubt
out there.
Like even in spite of trust the process, you still go hard. You still go hard. All right. Next one up is probably one of my favorite artists. Probably that most people do not know about, like unless you really.
Probably just know, but don't really listen to it.
But not familiar with, like Lupe Fiasco. Now, Lupe is an absolute genius, I feel. Probably a better lyricist, and I know most people will probably be like, bullshit, but I feel like this dude is probably a better lyricist than Kendrick. Like...
Definitely. I feel the same way.
Yeah. I think Kendrick's obviously got like that personality, you know, like he can change it up, he can switch it up, and keep shit interesting, but Lupe is just, his lyrics are just like, they're just next level for me.
Yeah.
And obviously that's evident in the fact that he's only got like a certain level of fans that like, these are like your true fans. Like even if you're like a true hip hop fan, you will like this guy no matter what. Like it's just one of those things where you fall in love with his lyrics, even if you don't like who he is as a person, what he represents. Like it's just what he writes about. It's just so complex. You need like multiple times to listen to a song to even try to begin what he's trying to paint. Like, and that becomes evident in his album sales, like how that's going commercially versus what's being said critically. Like this dude is an absolute genius, but obviously he's underrated because lately a lot of people just don't want...
He chooses not to sacrifice his bars.
Yeah, he doesn't want to sell out.
For the love of fame, so...
Yeah, this is simply put. Like he's one of those people, and that's what we deem to be underrated as well, the fact that you don't sacrifice your content, like who you are as an artist, like but from when you're trying to make it to when you've made it, when you get signed. In between trying to make it and when you get signed, there's this step where people get discovered, and then that's when they often start to get changed by the label. Like they start to get input. We feel your image should be this, not what you were, because that only gets you this many fans. But if you do this, you're gonna get this many fans. And most people are like, fuck that, because they just dropped $1 million as a bonus for you right there. You're like, yes, let me do it. These guys have said no, and they've kept doing what they do, and are still the best at what they do.
Oh, bro, like
and Lupe is like top
way up there. And I remember that Sway freestyle.
Oh, yes.
Still crazy.
Still one of the best I've ever heard.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I swear, right? There's two artists when I'm listening to them, and like I feel like I gotta have like Wikipedia open and like a fucking
rap genius and shit.
It's like Wale and Lupe. Those are the two fucking people where like I told you how like Mural.
Yeah.
I've not even come to a third of deciphering the fucking shit he's talking about. There's just too much stuff in like Mural. Like you feel like you have to listen to it in segments.
Bro, it's 8 minutes, and I feel like you gotta take it in 2 minute chunks.
Yeah.
So you write down the first 2 minutes, like, alright, he said this
crazy,
about that. I just
sometimes I just switch off and like I'm just listening to the beat and like
you catch on to some words
and I listen to the bars, but I'm not really like paying attention to what he's saying because I know like it just requires a similar focus.
Because if you think about this, you're gonna miss out on everything else that he says.
By the time you catch the first thing he said, bro, he's already the same person.
He's already gone. Then it's just like shit. This dude's a genius. And speaking of Wale, he's the next artists on our list, and again, one of who I feel probably one of the obviously the best lyricists out there as well. Like, not only metaphor wise, but this dude is a poet. Like, the way he flips words, it's insane. And he's up there. He's up there with your Lupes. He's up there with your Kendricks. Like, that's, and I think he's the epitome of underrated. Like, just
nah.
You reckon?
Nah.
For this generation, anyways, like, he's just.
Because I've got one person who I think is the most underrated. Like, as far as my hip hop knowledge goes.
Yeah.
Fab.
I know how you feel about it. I mean, like, just in this general, like in the last maybe
couple years, like five.
8 or so years. I feel like he epitomizes that. Fab has been doing that, like, you know what I mean. But we'll get onto him a little bit, like, after. But like, for the last 8 or so years, like, I feel like Wale is the epitome of that. But like, most of that is self-inflicted. Do you know what I mean? Part of it anyway. Like,
I think too much of it is. Because the problem is he spends too much time being sensitive and like trying to figure out what people think about him.
Yeah.
Or about. Because people would be like, because what Wale come through, be like, oh, it's like he's trying to prove himself every time he comes out.
Yeah. It's
and like, not prove himself in that fact that he's confident, but prove himself in the fact that, like, you know, he's just butthurt in his feelings.
Yeah, like, it's one of those where he needs, what's that word? Like, he needs that validation. He needs validations from his fans. Like, personally, for them as a collective, and I'm one of them. For all of us to say, yo, you're the shit.
I wouldn't, because the thing is, I'm like, dude, look, if we've been fucking for you for this long,
you know what I mean?
Like, if it was shit, it would have been like, all right, let me look at my career. So I've been doing this for like 5-10 years or whatever, and I had, if you had 5 fans at the start when you open, you know, like
when you start,
when you start, you should have 5 fans. You come through 2 years later, you got 100 fans, or you got 1,000 fans. That's progress.
Obviously, something's working for you.
Yeah, so like if you maintaining or increasing the amount of people that like fucking backing your shit up, then why do you always feel like you gotta tell us about how you're underrated? Like, I was like, fam, look, tell that to the people that don't listen to you, or you know the rest of that population that doesn't listen to you, right? Cool, but you gotta cater to the people that actually follow you.
That have been with you since day one.
Stop fixating on the people that don't like you or the people that hate you.
Yeah.
Like, the people that like you want to listen to your shit. Like you
telling me your fans like what they need.
Like, you telling me every time I gotta wait till like J. Cole comes at your ass for me to listen to shit like Valari, like? Yeah. Come on.
Like, Before I Shine is probably one of his best work I've heard since the mixtape More About Nothing. Like, and that was like 2012 shit.
Yeah.
This is as hard and as poetic and as metaphorical as I've ever heard him, like, since then. You know what I'm saying?
No, just keep going. I'm gonna get a bit.
Oh, can I do that? Just keep going.
It's not like we paid for airtime.
And we're back. Black3lmo, I had to go do some shit. Anyway, talking about Wale, so I feel like for me there's 2 types of Wale. There's mixtape Wale, and then there's album Wale. And that's where that sort of conflict, that personality almost disorder, because you know he mentally diagnosed with something, right?
Yeah.
We feel it for everybody, but it's a conflict between those 2 people. That one has to please the album and all the A&R people, and the other one is the Wale that's all about his content. He's, you know what I mean? He's who he is. That's him. So one is kind of like pleasing the masters, the other one's, you know, who he is. And mixtape Wale obviously ain't allowed to be on album Wale, But you know, you have how many songs off his albums that you bump to because that's what he sounds like on his mixtapes. You know what I mean? Like there's certain songs on each and every one of his albums that you feel like this is mixtape Wale that just kind of snuck through, and in between is sandwich like all this label made music, like it's commercial shit. That's why I feel like it is pretty now it's self-inflicted because he's stuck between proving that that's who he is and saying that that's him on those albums as well, or complaining that they won't let him be him on them albums, and he's saying this on his mixtape, and then his album suffers. So if you would ever look at his mixtape downloads versus his album sales, like obviously his mixtape downloads
shit on there any day.
Yeah, that's why I feel like, you know.
Because here's the thing, right? Just like they say, like not even just related to music, but in life, like if you focus on yourself first and you work on yourself, that'll help you be the best person you can possibly be to the next person, right?
Yeah.
So until Wale fixes that,
he's gonna struggle.
Like if he's always gonna doubt himself and all that shit, that's gonna affect who he is as an artist because people are gonna feel it in his music. Like I mean, like Shine, man, like this motherfucker was like singing, doing that annoying like fucking shit. I was like,
he doesn't have a singing, but like I
was like getting Drake, bro. Like just stay in your lane. Like we know this is what you got. Just stick to that.
I think sometimes just trying that shit too much just ruins great lyrics. You know what I mean? And it turns it into like, oh, can he not? Like, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. That's like stick to who you are, you know, and then that way at least like you can cater to your fans. Don't worry about record sales. Like get over that shit, or go to an album like label, like a record label that's not about, you know.
I mean, like I'm just little Ross, right? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. It's Ross. Like what do you expect?
How much leeway you gonna get more than that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm sure J. Cole will be happy to sign you. Dreamville will be happy to have you. Or the fucking TDE.
That would be crazy.
Woo! Can you imagine him about TDE?
No, I think he'll be a better fit. Wall would be a better fit for Dreamville.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, because he's not like a gangster rapper. No, he's more lyricist than anything.
Who are you trying to fool?
Bro, what glove have you picked up, buddy? Come on now. Like, if you were to sign to Dreamville, or even good music, because good music lets you do whatever the fuck. With whoever the fuck. They don't care about beefs, they don't care about nothing. Like, look at how Push is continuing dissing Young Money and Drake and Wayne. And then Kanye still has the nerve to work with Drake on his tracks. Like, they don't give a fuck what you do. If you hate on him but it doesn't affect you, you can do whatever you want over here. Go to that label. You know, they let you do whatever you want. Right?
Just reeling it in.
Hey, I just thought I would throw that out there.
No.
So if you're listening, get out Dreamville, get out good music.
He knows, bro. We tagged it. Hey.
Do you know it was Tiger knew? Look where his ass at.
Look at no. I said like we tagged him. Remember, like we tagged him and told him how shit his album was.
I hope he listened. Oh, I think he kind of did because he deleted the gram.
Did
he? He deleted his actual gram.
Was he like?
He was all sad. Like, hey, I still love you. You may know, but I still love you. Alright? Anyway.
Nah, I fucks with it, man. Hey, you gotta be a grown man about it.
He's been grown. He's raising his daughter and whatnot. Like you know, father should, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to Wale, I see you. Moving on.
So this is definitely my pick. Like this is one person I think like actually crowns it when it comes to being the most underrated Fab. Like a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people have stopped and realized just how long Fab has been in our lives, or like just how long Fab has been on radio doing this fucking thing, bro. Like this dude about as old like as Jay and shit. If not older, I don't know, but like,
bruh.
And I still remember like Form 2. That was like
2003.
14.
No.
Yeah, like 14, bro.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Because 13 was like when it was like first year high school, Form 1. And then
2003. When you say 2013.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, my nigga.
Wait, but yeah, wait, so because 2013, right?
You was 23 years old. What high school was this? You were in.
No, wait. Oh shit, 2003.
Obviously, he repeated high school twice. A 23-year-old.
I'm sorry, bro. I was like, what is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah, me. I'm the one who fucked up. Okay. You need to come back to that. Okay? Let's take it back. 2004. Fam. My God. Wow.
Alright, we're still recording this shit. Alright, hold on. Alright. So, 2004, right? So, 2004. I remember hearing that and DJ Cooley, right? So it's like back when DJ Cooley had like that whole Desert Storm shit, right?
Yeah.
And I was like back when I started hearing about Fab, or like just actually knowing about Fab, because like DJ Cooley was like really fucking famous back then.
Yeah. He was open to everybody.
Bro, yeah, and like you knew like when you had a Clue mixtape, that was the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Right? So from that, and then I guess his most popular hit back then would have been like, what was that Tamia remix?
Ooh, So Into
So Into You?
Yeah. Damn, that shit still bangs. I think people get mad nostalgic every time they hear that track. So he knows what it's like. Yo, that song to this day, that's like a classic, man. And for anyone from that generation, that's a classic.
Right, and then, like obviously he hasn't been as big in terms of hits, but he's never really been about like, Breathe was a fucking mess, like.
Breathe, yeah.
Breathe,
and that shit made it commercially too.
Yeah, man, the bars on that is still crazy till now, bro. Like he ranking among a lot of songs, but then people start listening to him. He kind of came back on the scene with Versus Way.
Oh yeah.
Versus Way, and I wasn't like executively produced by RLS.
Yeah.
I don't know if he did, but like he had like a big
because he had
part
that song with like Kerry Hilson, everybody every day or something like that.
Yeah.
That's different RLS shit.
Man.
Like, RLS was on that.
That was fucking good shit. Bro. And then that's around about the time as well, like we started hearing about Red Cafe.
Yeah.
And he went quiet. He dropped a lot of mixtapes as well, because you know how
that's
like
about the time.
series.
08 or something like that. Then he had My Time with Jeremiah, or was it a lot later than that?
I don't really
It's
know.
My Time.
I don't really know that. Yeah, like I know the track, but I just don't
when
really
he
know
dropped
when.
it, like that one was a big one. And then he dropped Killing 'Em, which was probably I think one of his most commercial like hits.
That was off his mixtape, because I know like he'd do like mixtapes and do drama.
Yeah.
There's no competition.
Yeah.
Because I think there's no comp 1, 2, and 3. I think. Then he got onto the soul tapes.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, and then he did summer was that Summer Shoot or something?
Oh man, he's had a few since then, man. Like,
is that honestly? I feel Fab hasn't been good in his last couple of projects. The last really good project for me from Fab was Soul Take 3.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, he's had good verses, good couple songs, but a good project. I think Soul Take 3 for me was, the last one. But like, definitely, man, like he needs way more credit than he gets.
Yeah, our family's been
more credit
down
than he
since
gets.
the late '90s. That's
man,
how I remember.
do you remember that song with what is that? Fucking Fam, Joel Santana, The Dream, Rick Ross. What's that song? She rocking that thing.
Bro, I cannot remember.
Yeah?
Right about that. You think something like that I could pull up, but it's just not coming to me.
But like, even on there, man, like, still fucking hard verse.
But yeah,
that's
our list. Like, you know, with a few new cats, a few like, you know, from a couple of years back, and obviously also, but we feel like these guys are probably some of the most underrated in the game. I mean, obviously most of them it's because of, you know, they stick true to themselves. Yeah, there's a lot more underrated artists. Like, I can name a couple more just off the top of my head, but those are the ones that we chose because I think they probably push the point more than a few more others. Like, especially now in the days of YouTube and shit, this just goes beyond that. But yeah, if you have any more suggestions or you think we missed someone or you have your own list, let us know, man. Let us know. That could be the next topic or the next most underrated that we could talk about. Like, just give us like, you know, more opinions. Like, let us know who you want on here, and then you can always talk about them too. And then, you know, if you disagree, again,
let us know.
Let us know. We're more than happy to listen to that.
Yeah.
All right, so
moving on.
We're gonna break down a song.
So we did that the last episode 8.
Yep.
But that's on SoundCloud, by the way.
Check it out.
Just so y'all know, because we actually didn't tell you, the previous episodes that we done were like all audio. So that's all been uploaded on SoundCloud. So jump on that shit, 100. Like, fuck, like, y'all need to listen to that.
Before you jump onto this, because you've missed 8 episodes. Get onto that.
But if you're at this point, I feel like you might as well just finish the whole episode first and then go back.
Then rewind.
Yeah.
Alright,
but
be glad for it.
Yeah, just get in touch. And then, like, last episode, we broke down
We
Pretty
did
Nature,
Absol. So check that out.
Yeah.
But this week we're gonna be doing
Lupe.
Bitch Bad by Lupe Fiasco himself. Representing Chicago. I love Bitch Bad.
Go try it.
Insane track. It's one of those where you need to listen to a couple of times, like we were saying before, where you can't just listen to a Lupe track and understand it in one sitting. Like, you gotta come back, get a new perspective, read that shit out, get the lyrics. Like, you know what I mean? Like, get into it.
Like, not even before you start listening to the song.
But be prepared.
I guess when you listen to the song and then you go back to the title of it. So, I mean, essentially what he's talking about, and the whole track is bad bitch versus bitch bad. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
So
it's not a turn-up track, by the way, guys.
No.
Definitely not.
Sorry to disappoint you. It's like the Migos section is coming up in a few minutes. But no, so like, I mean, essentially, like, so bitch bad is talking about where you've got this young kid, this young boy who's been raised by his mom, and he holds his mom to be like his role model, right? This is fucking perfect.
Because he's about 4 or 5 years.
But then when he grows up in teenage, that's all he knows, right?
Yeah.
So to him, bitch literally is bad because he knows that there's his mom, then there's a bitch. So when he wants to get married to a girl, or when he's gonna pick a girl to date, it's gotta be someone that's like his mom.
Yeah.
That acts, dresses, talks, whatever, like his mom.
Way.
Right? So that's bitch bad. And then on the other hand of the track, you got this girl, and she thinks
being a bad bitch is like
bad bitch.
Yeah.
Right? which is now different because like now like she a bad bitch, like one of them video vixens, right?
Video hoes.
Yeah. So it's basically two people with really different perceptions
of that sentence. Like of
the same two words.
Yeah.
Of the same two words.
It's either you're a bad bitch or bitch, you're bad.
So it just makes you realize the power in words.
Yeah.
Or like not just words but also like just in actions as well, because the thing is like, you know, these girls that he talks about, they don't have that much restriction on the internet.
What they see. Yeah.
So they're on YouTube, because like I remember, right? I was laughing the other day when I remembered that my grandma, right? She passed away, fucking beautiful soul. So what happened is she's like fucking so strict, bro, like crazy.
Yeah.
I remember I played Jay-Z Big Pimpin' the video, and Big Pimpin' Jay-Z, like he's with Dame Dash and all them people,
right? Boat?
They're on a yacht, right?
Yep.
And there's like girls in bikinis, bro.
So at least they covered. I mean, they're still shaking their goodies, but they covered.
My grandma was like, she looked at me, and this is like back in primary school, she's like, what is this? And I'm trying to pretend like I don't know what it is. I'm like, what do you mean?
Already fucked up.
Yeah, bro. This is like, I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, they're not clothed. Like, the fuck you doing watching this shit?
It's porn.
Right? And imagine I'm tripping about this. This ain't even porn, bro. Like, I'm talking about.
Like, granny, you ain't even knowing yet.
So I'm like, shit, you know? Thinking about that then. And if I tell someone else from this generation, if I tell them, they'll be like, what? Like, dude, like, that's like mine as shit.
Right.
You know?
Now imagine what's going on now.
So, not having that parental supervision, right, have like led to this girl thinking in some type of way, and like now she basically thinks that looking like a hoe. So, because the thing is,
fat ass, skimpy clothing.
So there's a lot of superficials going on, because you've got the whole thing to do with the appearance. So she thinks a bad bitch has to have fat ass,
slim waist,
big ass titties, and size 0 waist, right? So now they got those insecurities, because like, fuck, I'm not like that.
Yeah.
So either they're like fucking taking shit so they look like it, in the gym all day, every day.
Yeah.
Just, by the way, I hate people who fucking go to the gym just because of fucking pressure of like fucking social media, not because you're trying to be fit.
Right.
But anyway,
get new friends.
Oh my god, right? And then, so it's like there's that, and you kind of like, fuck that ain't even half the story.
Yeah.
It's not even what it's about.
Yeah.
So, like, so slowly this can kind of get you on a lot of tangents when you end up like.
When you're talking about this is what this dude makes you do, by the way. He makes you think about too much.
Alright, but like just going back, so you've got this girl that just got a really totally different perception of what a woman should be like, right? And then she meets this dude that so obviously his mom's raised him right, and he knows what a good woman's meant to look like, talk like, act like, and then he meets this really bad bitch.
Well, she thinks she's a bad bitch.
But she's not really a bad bitch, because she thinks, like Lupe says in the song, he says, I think I should run down. It's like they don't see a paid actress, just what makes a bad bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is, because like they don't realize, and there's no one to tell them that like
this woman's getting paid.
She's just there so she can get paid.
That's her main ticket. That's her job.
She's probably married. She got 2 kids in the house.
Right, and they're gonna see this when they get older, by the way.
And she's got like some fucking minivan packed right outside.
She's got shit to pay for.
Yeah.
So to her, that's like
it's a job.
Check. Yeah. That's a pay ticket.
So it's not who you really meant to be. It's not who you. That's not meant to raise you.
Yeah.
You know,
and yet that's what they perceive to be what a woman is like. And then you got this other dude that's now come in and he has a certain thing about that term, bad bitch or bitch bad, because he thinks being a bad bitch is actually bad.
Yeah.
And then they meet and, you know, obviously she thinking, I look a certain way, I'm dressed a certain way, I'm a bad bitch. And unfortunately, these days, bad bitch is actually a compliment. Like, if you go up to her, like, yo, you a bad bitch. Like, she gonna be like, oh my god, thank you. Like, what the fuck?
It's like working opposites. Huh?
Right? Like,
It
the
used to be
word
funny.
bad is literally not good. So, there's already one. And being a bitch was never considered a good term back in the day.
Yeah, just go up.
The host thing?
Yeah. it's one of you.
Yeah,
It's one of you. He's a hoe.
He's a hoe.
And
Now he was like, his homie called him, like, yo, where's the hose at?
Yeah.
And then he's like, yo, the hose is over here.
and she got touched.
This girl got touchy because she was like, I'm not no hoe.
It's like even it was like fucking Oprah and Gail.
And Gail, it's like, if there's one of
over
you,
here?
you're a hoe. If there's more of you, use a hose. It's like, there's a goose.
There's
But the geese, right? If there's more than one goose, then there's geese. There's one woman, use a hose. And that was this guy's, so that was like, that was his justification for calling females hoes. That's the equivalent to calling them bitches.
It's the same thing, alright?
Why someone's offended.
When it's one, geese.
Geese was more.
Too or many.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's just like.
So to her, a bitch is just woman. When there's bitches, there's multiple women. Right? So that's what she thinks. So, in a way, like, you've now got, he's like, yo, you're bad at being a bitch. Like, that's just terrible. She's out here like, no, I'm a bad bitch. You need to just watch who you is. And then that's where that sort of like conflicting ideology comes in. And then he's like, and then my favorite part of that is like the chorus where it's like, bitch bad, woman good, lady better. They misunderstood.
Yeah.
Because he knew people were gonna take that to like obviously make it controversial. Like, hey,
that's why like even when he
bitches.
starts it off, he's like, disclaimer: this is not Lupe using the word bitch for
dishonor or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, like that. He's already telling you like, hey, I'm trying to paint a picture for you.
I want you to just shut up and listen
and understand
don't just
why
be
I'm
like,
saying
you know,
this.
just don't have like a knee-jerk reaction to it.
Yeah. He actually says it, and it's in his chorus, being reiterated time after time. Like, the word bitch is bad, woman is good, but a lady is better. That's what you're meant to strive to. And yet somehow people still be like, oh, you say the word bitch. Like, how many rap songs say the word bitch? Oh, in it. And the women be number one, like, oh shit, bitch, that's my song. Oh, you know, but you just call her a bitch. What, you know what I mean? It's that double standard again. Like, you know, that's all opens up a whole other can of worms. But that's probably one of my favorite songs of Lupe's because it addresses like something that's just getting worse by the minute, I reckon. Like, everyone, like on Instagram, everywhere, women are calling themselves bad bitches. Right? It's just now becoming an epidemic, low key. Like, it's just not.
You know what the new version of bad bitches is now? Like, the new version of bad bitches is now is like women that go out, fucking get this mad ass body,
like super, then, you know, all that.
And then they, especially the fake ones, like with the fake ass and the fake titties, whatever. And then
fake lips.
They get onto Gram, and then she takes a photo of herself lying at the beach, and then she has this mad philosophical caption.
Talk about putting Gandhi on an ass pic.
I'm like what? Like I'm not weird. So I ain't perfect with like, you know, with Instagram. Like, I don't know much about social media,
That's
but
fucked up.
like what about this picture should I be taking and linking with your caption right now?
Like the universe, life, death, and the whole meaning of life, but your
like,
booty cheeks is right there.
Like, I mean, you know, like I understand people who go to art galleries and all that stuff, you know, because like at least sometimes like when they say some shit that sounds like bullshit, like even then, like they sort of like can point to it and sort of
and say no.
Sort of try to convince me,
right?
You know what I mean? But like, come on, like you got your ass on the beach, and you're gonna tell me that you while you lying on the beach and you thought, oh my God, Gandhi.
No,
that was true.
Let me quote a Bible verse right quick.
Come on.
Talk about Matthew chapter 7, and the Lord said, but your ass is out on there. Like,
what is that?
Receive thy bounty. You know, like, what the fuck? I know people like
and then she be mad when niggas is throwing DMs. It's just like
or throwing that emoji of the eggplant in her mouth, like
this way.
Like, who made you put your ass on the thing? Like, double fucking standard. And my personal favorite though is that one where shit out of here in the most skimpiest fucking outfit.
Yeah.
And then points to something weird in the room, like, look, I have a lamp. And it takes up like this much of the fucking picture. And then 99% of it is her in little clothing. Talking about, my lamp is funny. And you're like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Sort your shit out.
Please, you know who you are. You know, we don't want to come out and like
say something.
Get your shit straight, alright?
So like with the song, like this is pretty much what ties into the song. Like,
yeah.
Stop it. Basically, stop it. Like, being a bad bitch isn't good. It is actually the literal meaning of bitch, bad. It is not good. Alright, so that's his main message, I think.
That's our life lesson too.
Bitch is very bad.
You're welcome.
The more you know. Alright.
Wait, I'm gonna say this.
Alright, we're back. Moving on to the next topic now. You want to talk about album review? Yup. Trust the process. Ace Hood. What's your verdict, man?
What's up? Okay. I'll start by saying, because I remember when I was listening to the teasers on this album, and I was like, man, this is gonna be a fucking dope ass album. And like, it was the beats, and like it's a teaser. I said you only listen to a few seconds of it, right? But the beats sounded like they're potentially gonna be hard.
Gonna be like hard shit.
And then also considering the fact that Ace had a lot to say, and he had a lot on his mind, so I was like, fuck, this is gonna be a crazy ass mixtape.
Thought he was gonna beast though. He was gonna go beast mode on that shit.
I don't know, alright.
So while I was waiting impatiently, I can honestly say.
And I was like, fuck, download the whole thing.
Yeah.
Sat down, press play. No shuffle, just I'm gonna listen to that shit.
To finish. Bam.
And that was a really fucking quick fucking skim through an album, bro. It took me about, obviously I stopped at Trust the Process.
Yeah.
Because he
dropped the deluxe edition after.
Oh yeah, and he did a teaser of Trust the Process.
Yeah.
He also did one for To Whom It May Concern.
Yep.
And he did one for, what was that? Came with the Posse.
Yeah.
I didn't fuss with that though.
No.
That was
Not at all.
But I can safely say it's all on my phone. Like I can safely say out of that whole album, Ace Hood for me is alright, To Whom It May Concern. For fuck's sake, my friend just uploaded all the music again. So the whole album is back on my fucking phone again. So I was like, wait a minute, how I got
That's
1, 2,
Ace
3, 4,
setting
5.
you up. Trying to make you
I don't know what he's gonna
listen
do.
to that shit.
I'm like, no, delete. Alright, so to whom we're concerned, Life After.
He's like, you need to give it a second go.
Just give him more time. Like, come
Let it
on.
marinate, damn it.
Right. So Life After, you got Talk
Yeah.
and Passion. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what? It's actually funny, but this is what I think about the album. I think if you had turned Interlude 1 and 2 into tracks,
He could add some shit on there.
only because the shit that he said in Interlude 1 and 2 actually hard as shit than
Right.
the songs.
Right, like
Because
that interview was actually like more
he
pertinent
was-
to what it was
I'm
about.
like, that's what we want, that's what we've been fucking waiting for, that personal shit. Like, we want shit that we like, fuck, yes, this is you speaking to us. Not like,
This is
not like
Ace.
you come through after the shit that's going on, that whole hiatus. You come through and then
All you have is a snippet.
and then you got turn up tracks like.
Right. No, this is what I'm saying. I think he had a lot on his mind to say, and I think that just kind of fucked him up. He was way into his feelings. Like, he wasn't able to translate what he was feeling into his music.
Yeah.
Obviously, Foreign Tech did a hectic job producing the beats, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's not Ace at his strongest. Like, personally, like I gave him the respect and I listened to the whole thing, but it didn't do much for me, man. Like, I honestly give that like a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Just because I know what Ace is capable of, but I'm giving him that leeway because I feel like that's just him getting shit off his chest. Like, yeah. 4.5 for me, man.
Yeah.
Is you alright? Alright, cool. This nigga was. You heard that shit too? I thought I was high for a second. What the fuck?
No, that's the end of Mac Miller and K Dot Fight the Feeling.
No. Whatever it had to do, no. No.
Bro, the first time I heard it, I was like, what is that? Like,
It reminds me of one of Buster's songs. Fuck, what was it? The Party? Is it
Yeah.
Party?
I don't know.
Or like
Like,
Ill
it's
Vibe
a
or something.
party.
Yeah, one of them, and then at the end he's like
Mm.
eating the bitch out, and then he wants a blowjob. But she's like, no. You only promised to eat my shit out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to re-listen to that shit. Like, she peeped it and she was cracking out. Like, this nigga eat pussy right now. Like,
One time sick, bro.
are you slurping? But anyways, so yeah, I give it a 4.5. What do you give it?
Alright. Good. I actually thought of it. Alright.
What do you feel of it now when you think about it? Like, what
Out
do
of
you-
a 5?
Out of
or
10.
rating it out of a 10?
Out of 10.
Out of a 10? Fuck, 10 that makes it harder.
Or easier.
I would give it a 4.
Fourth thing, there you go. There you go.
Fuck, I'll give it a 4. Like, it hurts to have to give it a 4, but
Well, it's what it is. Like, it's not his best, but I mean, hopefully he's working up to something because he's gonna drop something this year.
hey, like, that's not to deter anybody else from listening to it.
Hey, you could find more tracks to
What we
you know what I
think
mean?
about
That's
it.
what we think. Alright, so we're gonna move on to
90s.
My Generation.
My generation, at least.
So, what we're listening to from the 90s this week, or what we've been feeling. For me, it is Busta Rhymes with Break Your Neck. Like, to me, that's just like some headbanging shit, and it's literally shit you break your
Yeah,
neck to.
didn't you have that, like, on one of your throwbacks?
No?
Well, you probably had it.
Was it Andy Up?
I think you had it as a turn-up, though.
No, that was Andy Up.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was Andy Up. It was Andy Up makes you want to fucking act a fool.
Yeah,
But so does Break Your Neck. And
definitely.
then it's got that beat like,
Some
break your neck,
retarded
nigga.
And I always
Break
think
your neck.
of that video when he was like fucking headbutting that ram.
The Ram. See, that's what he does, and he's like speaking that martial arts type shit.
Yeah.
But for me, I got Breaking Neck because that shit makes you want to act a real fool. And I fucks with that.
My 90s is Snoop on the Dogfather album.
Yeah.
It's called Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Don't really know what it's talking about.
But he turned in the fuck.
I still don't. No. It's like I just don't really bother listening to the lyrics. The only reason I don't is because when I first listened to this album, I was listening to hip hop, but like I never really understood the lyrics to that point. Like I was like still like really fucking young as shit. It's probably like early years in high school. So there's shit that used to just go fucking past my head and shit.
And you just fucks it with it because of the big.
So I guess I fucks with whatever got me to like it then.
Yeah.
Still the same shit right now. So like I still got it on my phone and I still fucking bump it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Dogfather Gold Rush.
Alright. Peep them shits.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving on to turn up tracks. What do you got?
Pretty sure you know this one though.
Yeah.
I came across it the other day, bro. It's a man we've been talking about, fucking Ace.
Yeah.
Make It Famous.
I don't know if I've heard that one.
These all selling pussy. I've been selling dreams. The whole think I love her. Shit ain't what it seems. Like she think that she's special, but you should join the team. I fuck Leslie Hilton, and you so much a fiend. No?
Dude, man.
I should make a payment.
I'm gonna try.
No?
I'll have to revamp it.
I think it's like off Body. Is that what? Might be off
Body Bag or something.
Body Bag or some shit, yeah.
Alright. Well, mine's a bit of an odd choice, and it's not exactly hip hop, if anything. It's dancehall music actually, but it's Vibes Cartel dancehall. The beat just gets me hard, man. Like, it just gets me going. Like, this shit just goes. Like, dancehall music I think is kind of like, it goes hand in hand with some hip hop as well. Just depending on what you're listening to, but I fuck with like dancehall music for that party vibe.
Yeah.
And Vibes Cartel, even though homie's been bleaching, I don't know why. And he's probably serving a life sentence or two in jail for murder, but that's a whole other story. Still manages to bring out some mad tracks from prison, you know what I mean?
Is he still bleaching while he's in jail?
If he has access to that shit, he probably will.
Or maybe he's just gonna suddenly start going darker again.
It'll return to normal, I don't know. Either way, dancehall the track, fucking dope. That's my turn up track for this week. Alright, last but not least, Afro beats. When we wrap up the show, listening to our favorite Afro music. What do you got?
I got Chief Obi.
Yeah.
What can I say? How to pronounce this? Chief Obi. I don't know he's like whether it's Ghanaian, Nigerian, or any other African. Not to offend you, I just don't really know where you're from. But Chief Obi, I think it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Carry Go. Remember the fat bloke.
Carry Go.
Just carry. It's like
shit and go.
Take it, elite. Take it, elite.
You wanna go shop? Carry Go.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
Alright, I'm taking it a little bit further back. It's Sarkodie, it's Adonai.
Yeah, I don't know, that's a fucking dope track though.
With Castro, that shit bumps. I'm taking it a bit back, but if you haven't been on it, you need to peep it. It's a great track. And yeah, Sarkodie is probably one of the best, I think, rappers out there right now in terms of like African rap, hip hop. He's probably one of the biggest on the scene. Like, y'all need to check him out if you have not.
Yeah.
He's got some great features. He's got his own great personal tracks. But for me, Adonai was like what stuck out for me. Anyway.
Definitely, good track.
Alright. So that wraps it up for our first video ever. Make sure check out our gram.
So we're gonna put the links and them shits
for YouTube. In our bio, check that out. The_really_real_show. Every time.
So either you catch us on there, like for I guess like in between the week because we got shit that we gotta do like Monday to Friday type of thing. So in between then like you can catch the shit that we like upload, just throwback tracks or whatever the fuck, or whatever hip hop related or music related come through. Check us out. So Gram, YouTube, what's SoundCloud?
SoundCloud. Leave a comment, any ideas, suggestions, complaints, whatever. Let us know, we'll get back to you. We're cool like that. So hit us up. Peace.
Peace. Peso, I go hard for that.
Ah, that shit is itchy, man.
So not fucking comfortable, right?
Bro. Oh.